All right, everybody, what's going on, man? Welcome to another edition of SWACtalk, the show we cover the SWAC inside and out. I am your tour guide around the SWAC, C Wells, and I'm just popping in real quick because there's some important news that just dropped today. I'm sure you probably already heard it by now, but I wanted to just share my thoughts on it. Alabama State has hired a head coach. They are replacing Coach Donald Hill Ely officially with Eddie Robinson Jr. If you don't know who he is, he was a all American linebacker at Alabama State in the late '80s, early '90s. He actually was one of their big time players on their 1991 SWAC championship team and HBCU national championship team, uh, Heritage Bowl team as well. He was a great player. Went to the NFL for 11 years. Played with the Houston Oilers, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans, and the Buffalo Bills. Uh, he. This move, man. I don't know really what to make of it. I think it can be a good move. It can be a bad move. He doesn't have any head coaching experience or any actual experience coaching college football. But we can look at Eddie George. He didn't have any either. So it's all going to be up to how he hires his staff. One thing that does kind of concern me a bit is that the president basically pushed for this move. He was at Alabama State when the when Eddie Robinson was there, and he kind of has a relationship. So this is a move that can be good, it can be bad. Right now this is a total up in the air move. Is to me, is all gonna come down to how he handles his staff, how he runs his program. That's to me, that's the one thing that I have to see take place. We know from seeing some other coaches take over jobs this year that running a program is not just as simple as showing up every day and getting having good assistants to coach. You need to be able to run that team, keep that team disciplined, build a character. The thing that I really am curious in, and I'm gonna have to, listen to press conferences and things like that. I want to know what his identity is gonna be as a coach. I mean, he's a defensive guy, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna be a defensive minded coach. What kind of, is he gonna bring in guys and just get them free reign, so to speak, and CEO everything, and just kind of sit back and make those important decisions. We don't know. So this new, I mean, to me, like I said, this is not a it's not a splash move, but the sexy move is not always the best move either. And yes, I'm back and forth on this. As you can see, when I heard this news, I didn't really even know what to say, and I still don't. But I think for me, the thing that's important to look at is I question this move because I feel like if you were gonna make a hire like this, you could have kept Coach Hill Ely to the end of the season. Now, obviously, losing to your rival 4 times in a row, twice in one year, is probably grounds for being ran off. But I don't think that you fire a coach early to make a hire like this. You fire a coach early to get a jump on the coaching search, to identify them candidates that everybody is probably gonna be gunning for as well, and get your name in the hat early and build that relationship with them, with the agent or the coach early enough that when their season is over, they can come in, interview, and probably get hired almost, within the week. So to me, to make a hire, to make a firing move, and then this is the hire that you come up with, it is curious to me, and it is. I don't really understand, what they after. I mean, obviously, this guy has NFL experience as a player. Um, I don't think He's not coming with the name of a Eddie George, and especially not a Deion Sanders. To me, not even a Tyrone Wheatley. He doesn't. He's not coming in with anything. If you're not an Alabama State guy or a long time SWAC guy, then you probably don't even know his name. So to me, that means that you're gonna have to really get out there and build relationships and recruit hard, because you're in a division with with Deion Sanders, Willie Simmons, Connell Maynard, I guess Terry Sims is still gonna be there, and Vincent Dancy. All those coaches are gonna get after it on the trail. We know what Coach Sanders does at Jackson, and he's recruiting good for the 2022 class already. Coach Simmons gets guys, and he knows how to play the portal. Coach Maynard can play the portal as well, and Valley and Bethune Cookman have had some success with putting together some teams. So this is a move that it's one of those moves that you're not really gonna know what it is until later in the season. But to me, that's coming off of firing a coach. I don't think that's the move that you want. You need somebody to energize your base. Now, maybe the Alabama State people are happy. Maybe they've been wanting him to come back and coach. I can't say, but for me, this move is just a curious move that probably could have been made at any time if this was the direction that he was going in. But I'm not gonna knock it because it's just curious to me. Not good, not bad. It's a whelming hire. It's not overwhelming. It's not underwhelming. It's just whelming. And you know, maybe he can win the press conference. If he can win the press conference, then that can make some things happen. If he can put together a nice staff and get out there on the recruiting trail and get some guys or hit the portal, and make some things happen, then so be it. That makes the league even better. But I don't think that this was the move to be made after this time period. It makes me. I mean, I don't know about the coaching search. I haven't really heard anything about that search. So it makes me feel that either, and this is only my opinion, it makes me feel that either they struck out on the guys that they wanted, or they didn't really go out that far into a search. And this was the first name that came up, and the president was like, "Yo, that's my boy. Let's do this." I'm not saying that's what happened on either case, but that's how I feel. Because I just feel like you don't fire a coach early in the season and not get a jump on the coaching search and end up hiring a guy like this. Um, it's gonna be a lot of discussion about this move, and maybe that's a what they say, all press is good press. So, and we're talking about Alabama State, so this is we're gonna see. But I just wanted to pop in, real quick and share my thoughts on this. The more I hear some things, I probably maybe make a little bit more of a more in depth thing. I'm just kind of baffled a little bit, but that's pretty much how I see this. So I'm signing out, getting ready for Bayou Classic weekend. Hit those socials down below. You know what to do with them. Like, share, follow, whatever. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell because when videos like this pop up, you'll be alerted that they're here. So do that, and man, I'll see you guys on Sunday at for our Week 13 recap. And if you're in New Orleans at the Classic, man, I'll be around the Fan Fest before the game. So, hit me up and we can chop it up. So, with that being said, I'm Steve Wells. I'm signing out. Again, Alabama State hires Eddie Robinson Jr. as their new head coach. Um, it was a move. And that's where we're going to leave it at. And I'll holler at y'all on the flip side. I'm out.